All right, ladies and gentlemen, we get ready to go here. It's Gary Patterson, Mike Grenier here, as we get ready to go with the Chatham-Kent Cougars Senior Varsity Skrimmage.
What is this, 12 years ago? Good to work with you again, pal.
It's nice to work with you.
Yeah.
It's green and white here, and actually we're going with green and black, white and black.
So white will be the offensive team going here this afternoon, and the black and green folks will be on defense. And you've got a lot of great talent here on this Cougars senior varsity squad. They've actually been very competitive, more than competitive the last couple of years, even going back before the pandemic, which seems like about 10 years ago.
Oh, they are. You know what? They can give them the gas when they need to, that's for sure. The offense of this team. The defense is no slouch either.
Beautiful night for football here, too, at the athletic complex. This is perfect fall football weather. And kind of good to see that they've got at least some plans rolling out for later on this fall to play some scrimmages from teams from other cities.
Yeah, so we had earlier we had the junior varsity squad play as well. And so what's going on is that we're going to be playing. There's going to be a five game schedule with Cambridge, Essex, and Oakville. That's what's going on with the junior varsity. I think the seniors the same thing. Saturday's away, Sunday's home. So it's going to be some great football happening here, and it's nice to have Chatham-Kent. First of all, it's nice to have these kids doing something normal and getting out, getting some exercise, and playing some football.
Absolutely. So hopefully things will remain on the positive side of that throughout this fall, and we can see more and more of this as it, I guess, feels more normal than we've seen the last 17, 18 months. And it was a long spring and a long fall last year without any of this football going on around Chatham-Kent, really all over Southern Ontario.
Are we still not in 2020? That's the spring of 2020 right now, isn't it? Is that where we're at still?
I think so, yeah. It's
spring.
just been a dream the last year and a half.
So the defense is out on the field, and you know what? We've got great defenses. Kenton Millard, Braden Charbonneau, Brendan Dodman, Malachi Parker, Corin Stewart, Amijuwed, Shagnosh Diaz, Brady DeVoe, Ethan Hemming, Trayvon Mulder, Owen Barr, J.C. Morlock, Peyton Denemy, Xander Collins, Bryce Bear, Isaiah Fitch, and Gabe Van Morsel are going to be that's going to be the defensive squad.
A great offense, too. I mean, you got some really talented young men on both sides of the football for the Cougars senior varsity squad. Drew Barco will be wearing number 2 on the offensive side, the boys in the white jerseys tonight. Brandon Benoit, he's a very talented young man. He's on number 19. Trevor Lawton, he's going to be a busy guy here tonight. He's number 84. Trenton Moore, Logan Stefina, James Bond, Bennett Matthew Hart. We've seen him a number of years in a Cougar uniform. He's a very talented young man as well with Bennett Matthew Hart. We will see him tonight. Dennis Rex, along with Sebastian Moreno, Nick Crone Moore. He'll be wearing number 90 tonight. Jordan Sheehan, number 14. Evan Starr. He's also been a standout athlete for the Cougars a number of years now. Jordan Alderdice, Sam Gorley, Damon Cheatham, Gabe Van Morsel. Well, actually, I think we might see Gabe on both sides of the football throughout the night tonight. He's very versatile for the Cougars. Cam Bellamy wears number 81. Wes Dean, number 23. Also, Drake Duplessis. He's also proven that he's quite effective on both sides of the football for the Cougars. And Tyler Szymanski. What do you say about Tyler? It looks like we've called his name tons over the last few years.
Oh, yes. A lot of ink.
He is really, really a good young football player. And Josh Schneikard wearing number 27, mostly on the offensive side tonight for the Cougars, as we have a great little scrimmage and a wonderful night for football.
Oh, it's perfect. And you know what? The one thing we can't forget is the coaching staff here. Head coach is Sel Jordan. The coordinators, offensive coordinator is Mike Smith. Jeremy Rogers, the D coordinator. Other coaches are Matt Hart, Lucas Moore, Tanner Emery, Jordan Deneau, Cody St. Pierre, Dean Creechin is the team manager. And you know what? The cool thing is you see a lot of guys who are former players, right, who are out here doing this. And they're coaching, and that's pretty cool.
So with all the talent you see on the football field, they're being very well coached, as Gary mentioned, on all levels of Cougars football. And you see that with all 4 levels that we've seen over the last number of years. Very competitive young men. And you see the players in the younger ranks move their way up. So when we first saw a few of these young men in, say, the bantam level 2, 3, 4 years ago, now we're seeing them really shine at the senior varsity level. And it's good to see them work their way up, get their football knowledge up, and maybe move on to some even higher ranks here.
Tell you one thing, Renz, they've grown. They have grown. There's some big men out in the field. Like there's some big boys out there, I'll tell you. I don't think I'd want to be going up against some of these guys in the O-line and D-line. There's some big fellas out there, aren't there?
That's why they keep us up here, and that's why they're all the way down there.
Yeah, keep the pretty up here and the big uglies down on the field doing the work,
I don't see any pretty up here. I don't know where they are.
Just roll with me on this, will you?
So we'll kick things off at the, I guess we won't necessarily kick it off at the 35-yard line. So we're going to see some reps up and down the field. So it's going to be interesting to see how the offense will work on this increasingly talented defense here for the Cougars at senior varsity level, because you've got some standouts on both sides of the football here.
Well, in the junior varsity game, the defense was tremendous, and there's one very important thing. So once the quarterback gets touched by the opposing team, he's good. He's done. So they're not going to be laying any big licks on the quarterback.
That's probably good when you're playing the same team. Like, you're playing your own team. You don't really want to go too terribly tough.
I think Drew Barco is happy to see that. Please go ahead with you do the play-by-play.
Oh, I would be honored as they get a couple of good runs along that far side for the Cougars, the green and black team. As Benoit gets the carry, Barco hands it off to him, and he gets a good 2 yards on that one. So nice coverage on the defense there.
Again, you know what? Running up the middle on these guys is going to be very tough all season long, because there's some big boys up front, and they're not just big, they're athletic. So that's important to have.
So now second down for the green and black team for the Cougars. Barco out of the gun as he gets the football, looks downfield, and he gets hit as he falls backwards. Not a huge hit, but he looked to get that big pass there, and the defense said no to that.
That would be a sack in anybody's books, right? So,
did they touch him behind? Okay.
They touched him behind the line, so he got sacked. So as soon as they got,
I'm not used to this kind of football here, were they?
As soon as they got the touch on him, again, they don't want to see Barco get hurt, right? So.
Right, exactly. And they got some meaningful games planned for later on this year.
So once they touch him, he's out of gas. He's done. So it's funny they've gone to with that early throw play. It's just usually not.
You got to warm up to that a little bit.
Yes, they do.
A little bit more. Keep it on the ground this time around, and they will run it along to the near side. Nice little juke, evading one tackle and another one. This is a great run now up the middle of the field, still on his feet before he's run down to the ground. That is number 8, Kenton Millard, with a nice run up the middle there for the Cougars as they move down the field. So that's a good positive run.
Ethan Hemming made a great tackle on that. Hemming was right in there, and Hemming just hauled him in.
The 50-yard line.
So that brings the football all the way up to the 50-yard line of the white team of the Cougars. And the drive continues. Drew Barco out of the gun once again, and he looks to hand it off, and now it's a fake handoff. He keeps it himself. Short little pass along that right side, and it is a completed pass with Trevor Lawton hauling it in. And decent gain there on 1st and 10.
Yeah, rolled out right, and Kenton Millard, number 8, was the tackler on that. And that, a nice play by Barco, kind of fake, and then he rolled out right. When he rolls like that, that opens up so many doors for him. And of course, 84 was there and made the completion.
It's about a 5-yard pickup there for the Cougars on offense.
I'll tell you, they should be able to establish a good running game. You got big Trenton Moore up there, 99, and he's a big man, and he's going to be, they run a little off tackle stuff. Moore's going to make a big hole for him. Solid offensive tackle.
Drew Barco on second down, fakes the handoff, now looks deep. He throws it up there, and not enough speed along that far sideline. Trying to catch up to that one, I believe. Evan Starr along the far sideline. That ball was overthrown by about 5 yards, and Starr wasn't able to catch up to that one.
That was the old throw it up there and go and get. And
Starr gave it his best.
Yes, he did. He was on a dead run, but just not enough.
So that brings up 3rd down now for the Cougars on offense. The Cougars in black and green.
Like I said, look at the 2 guards here for the Cougars on offense, the offensive line. You've got Trenton Moore, 99, and Nick Crone.
3rd and long. Here's another pass play, and this one is complete, and a nice little evasion of a tackle, actually, 2 defenders to bring him down. And that was number 8 who caught that one for the Cougars.
And Braden Charbonneau was the tackler on that play. Yeah, Dennis Retz.
Pass completed to Szymanski, taken down.
Retz made that catch, and that was a bullet too.
That was a good catch there for the Cougars. Keep their chains moving here on this opening drive here for the Cougars. Cougars v. Cougars.
Yeah, Cougar Town.
Absolutely beautiful Cougar Town here this afternoon. Barco once again, and he fakes the throw, keeps it on the ground. Nice run right up the middle, and man, oh man, he was like a bull right up the middle. He gets a lot of yards. Nice run play for the Cougars there, and I think that might have been Stefina with the carry.
Yeah, Logan Stefina. And you know what the key with that is that we just talked about it a couple minutes ago, is that those 2 big guards there and the center, they made a hole. He could have driven a Mack truck through that hole, and it was Charbonneau making the tackle on that play.
So now in the shadows of the end zone, Cougars can see it from there as they're now deep into the team white territory. Now Barco once again, a pass play along the left side. It is completed. Nice job by the receiver going to the end zone, and he will make it in, I think just barely inside the marker for a touchdown. And Wes D, number 23, hauls it in after a short little dump pass, and he took it the rest of the way. Nice job by Dean to finish off that play. And for the first touch of the afternoon, Dean from Barco, and a touchdown for the Cougars on offense.
You know what? When you can get somebody like Dean one-on-one with a defender, he's going to win 90% of the times. He's got some great moves, great speed, and some solid quickness. So Dean is definitely a guy that you want out there. You want to be nailing him with that shot.
Yeah, short little pass, and he took it from there as he was able to fake out at least 2 defenders and find a little seam down the near side. And a very successful opening drive there by the team in white on offense. And we'll do just a whole bunch of these different drives down the field here this afternoon.
Oh, this is awesome. This is great look, and gives us an opportunity to see what some of the plays are as well. But I'm still liking that. You know what? You look at that offensive line, and you got Trenton Moore, you've got James Bond, and you've got Nick Cronin-Moore, and those 3 are just. That's like they built a wall right up front, so you just got to open the door and run through it.
A dream team, if you will.
So the running game is definitely going to be solid with that O-line, and of course, and look how Barco's throwing the ball. He's already on point with those throws.
This time it's a handoff up the middle as Team Black and Green have the chance now on offense, and a couple of yards on the pickup there in their first touch of the football game.
I think that they're on the plays. Evan Starr, did they bring him in to run that ball?
Looks like Evan Starr with that run.
And in on the tackle, number 50, defensively. Leading the way in that was Peyton Denemy, and the white wall that he ran into.
So they've made it up just shy of the 40-yard line, and now they fake on the ground. Quarterback bumps into one of his teammates, rolls right, and there was nowhere to go. Kind of not the smoothest of snaps there, and the defense able to snuff out that play pretty quickly on the sack.
Yeah, I think him and Drake Duplessis, and they were they were not on the same page there.
Down there, so he was stopped before he got anything off.
So that brings up 3rd down now for the black and green team for the Cougars. Very early on in this scrimmage here for the Cougars, and a beautiful Sunday late afternoon.
The cool part about this, Mike, too, is that it gives the coaches a chance to be on the field and kind of see right up close what's going on, what's right, what's wrong, and they can give them the instruction right there. So that's why these scrimmages are so important.
As we get closer to hopefully playing some games here as the summer turns into fall here pretty soon. Out of the gun once again for the Cougars. And Charbonneau. And again, lots of pressure on defense, and he wasn't able to even get much of a look down the field.
Oh, not at all. Coming off the edge there. That was 45, Amijued Shagnosh Diaz. And he came off that. He was quick. He was just lightning coming off there.
So the team in the white jerseys here so far this afternoon, showing their prowess on offense and some pressure, lots of pressure on defense, not letting the quarterback really even breathe on that last play.
And you know what? That's so important too to these guys. And even later on the scrimmage, when they're getting to the end of it, you'll see how these guys, the stamina, because they've been out the field the whole time, right? No breaks. None of these breaks where your offense runs up the field.
Tried once again. This time they'll leave it on the ground and pass the 35-yard line. And
Evan Starr. No, it wasn't Evan Starr. Sorry.
Drake
Duplessis.
Drake Duplessis with the carry on that one.
Got a couple yards on that. Second down.
He had lots of power behind the line of scrimmage there, but the defense able to wrap him up just as he passed it.
That's the thing when you get a guy running so quick. If you just knock him off balance a little bit and they get tied up and down they go.
Brings the ball just shy of the 40-yard line. Team in white able to go down the field and get a major score. And now they're doing a pretty good job, to say the least, on their first go of defense here on this drive for their teammates in the black and green jerseys. Now it is up the middle and almost picked off. If the young man in green and white was just maybe a couple of inches taller, Wes Dean looked like he might have had the pick there if he was just a little taller.
Just a bit. This is nice to see. So Sel Jordan's in there, and he's definitely working with his offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, saying, guys, what do you see, what's going on? And Sel Jordan, the head coach, and he'll definitely be working with Mike Smith and Jeremy Rogers to call the right plays and to see where they shine and where the strengths are. Again, the importance of these scrimmages.
They look down the field once again, trying to go to that far side, almost intercepted. Good defensive coverage there for the team in white. And that was Jordan Sheehan who had the ball in his fingertips, and he almost had the INT. He might have even had a pick six, if you will.
Brady DeVoe in there as well. So this is a team they've got so many bright spots, right? So many bright spots, Michael.
Both sides of the football.
Right, and that's the thing. And that's you just look at it and you see so much strength.
Well, you saw two really good football teams in the senior varsity and even the junior varsity back in 2019. If you can remember back in 2019, they had a couple of very good seasons.
And these are the kids that have moved on to play university ball.
And we'll see a lot of them in university ball before too long, as now the team in black and green keeps it on the ground, really nowhere to go. Another very good defensive coverage there for the team in white as Duplessis gets another assignment.
Duplessis, you can just see that, obviously Sel Jordan has great confidence in him. He doesn't have the height and weight behind him, but boy, he's shifty, and you saw him do a couple jukes and get through. Just catching him up. Once he gets off to the races, he'll be gone.
It's like Mike Pinball Clemens from a few years ago. Does not have the height, but
many years ago, actually.
Well, you're making me feel old by saying many years ago. But he kind of reminds you of his movement on the football field. Again, on the ground, and a little bit of gain up the middle.
I'm not sure if that was Starr, if that was Duplessis again. That was number 19 this time. Same with Braden Benoit.
Benoit with the run.
Benoit with the carry.
Stopped by Godman.
Some of these kids they're just so big, and they've gotten so big over the years as we watched them, right? It's like, holy moly.
Even 3 or 4 years ago when they started out, they were just kind of figuring out what the game of football was all about. Now look at them, both sides of the football.
Backup quarterback in.
As he goes up the middle and in and out of the fingertips, number 5 now in at quarterback for the black and green squad.
And we don't have a number 5 here.
Yeah, Matthew.
No, Matthew Bennett Hart, sorry.
Have him on the white roster.
Bennett Hart. He's, again, he can play both sides of the ball. His dad played, I think, at Waterloo, is where Matt played, and Matt's one of the coaches on the team as well. That's one of the things where the Cougars program is one of the reasons they're so strong. We'll talk about that in a sec.
We'll try this once again. And now quick movement from the defense right off the line. A little trickery, and it looks like the defense got to the quarterback and snuffed out that play. Another sack for Team White, as they are looking very sharp on defense so far.
It's incredible how fast this defense is, and they've got the speed, they've got the size. But one of the things that's so important with this Cougars football program is you see a lot of these guys who have gone on to play university ball, and they're coming back to coach. They've gone to play at a different level, and they come back to play, which is or to coach, and that's so important to pass their knowledge along to these kids that are out here now.
They have lots of smarts on the sidelines to the Cougars of this year. After that last sack from Skrimmage Diaz, the Cougars tried again.
He's so quick, isn't he?
He's a very impressive young football player. Once again, the Cougars will keep it on the ground, and now they drop the football. And I'm not sure if that was necessarily a fumble recovery, but the play is dead, as the Cougars weren't able to have that one cleanly at all on offense.
On the bright side, their defense isn't going to score anything, I don't think, in today's game.
I don't know if you can do that today.
And it was nice to see number 90 diving in there, Ethan Hemming. Again, you know what, it's funny, the secondary hasn't had a lot of work because they're not getting the ball out to them.
So we'll try once again. And once again, a handoff. Now there's some room right up the middle to move. And look at this. He's got some breathing room along that left side. And a nice run there for the Cougars. Number 19 with the carry that time.
And in on the tackle on that one, you had number 7, Braden Charbonneau, and number 22, Isaiah Fitch.
And Benoit gets the big yardage there on the ground for the Cougars. Benoit, another veteran on the Cougars team. He's very versatile. You can use him both sides of the football, and you can see there he's got some good agility and great speed.
As we set up for this regular season, Mike Renier giving you the play-by-play, Gary Patterson here on color, and beautiful Sunday night at the Chatham-Kent Athletic Complex.
I count 0. Oh, I was going to say 0 clouds in the sky. I look to the west, and there's a few over there, but otherwise a beautiful night here.
That one crazy cloud over there hanging out. Wants to watch some football.
Yeah. Non-threatening. Non-threatening.
Almost like a Bob Ross cloud. Yeah, just a nice little white fluffy cloud over here, non-threatening. And
did you know there's an all Bob Ross channel?
I do know that. I love Bob Ross.
Oh, it's just great. If you have any trouble sleeping. Not saying it's boring. It's just a very good watch, but he will lull you to sleep. Nice pass play along the near side, and that's a completion. And a whole lot more for the Cougars. He might go all the way if he can get around this last defender. No, he can, as he was wrapped up. But a nice haul in there on offense for the Cougars. Number 8, I think that was Millard on the reception for the Cougars on the black and green team. And he was one defender away from going all the way down.
Szymanski made the catch, and Millard did the it was 8 and 8. You're right. You had the right number. Wrong side of the program.
Yeah.
And Millard made the tackle, and it was Tyler Szymanski or Dennis Retz. Dennis Retz was number 8. He made the. Okay, so they got Tyler Szymanski down, I believe, as number 8. Yeah, Tyler Szymanski's number 8.
We'll give Szymanski the credit on that one.
Okay. My poor penmanship, my 55 looked like an 8 on that, so that's why I was giving it Reds.
Well, I will give you the talent of making a 55 look like an 8, or vice versa.
I'm good at it.
Nice little slant play along the near side, wrapped up by the defense of the white team. And I think Lawton got that one for the Cougars.
He's a big kid, isn't he? He kind of muscle his way. Nice playing wide out position, but boy, he fits in the tight end real nice so that he could just be the that guy that takes a beating.
Pass completed to Trevor Lawton. He was stopped by Bryce.
He's got a big size in the football field, and he was at the right spot. And the defense able to contain him after a short gain.
Bryce Bear was in on that tackle. It's amazing to see these kids, though, how they come out here and they're bosses out there, right? They're beasts on this field.
They look very comfortable on their home turf. Football near the 25-yard line now for Team Black and Green. QB out of the shotgun as he drops back, again collides with one of his teammates, but still gets the pass off and a jump ball along that far side, and it falls incomplete as the fight for the football won by the defenders. What a good try by the offense there for the Cougars.
Corin Stewart got his hand up. I think he definitely broke up that play. Stewart just got his mid in there and knocked it away at the last second. And Bennett Hart's looking pretty sharp at quarterback. He's got a great arm.
He does. He was able to air that one out all the way down the field. Got a lot of air onto that football.
What a tandem with Hart and Barco at QB. When you've got the more weapons you've got, the more looks, the harder it is to beat.
That is good on depth for the upcoming season, as Hart now will hand it off to the running back, and he's like a bull along the near side, able to get a lot of yards. Number 25 with the carry there for the Cougars.
What a spin that was. Great play. Dodman, he made the tackle on that. But that spin that got him an extra probably 3 or 4 yards. That's the first down. That's the difference of a first down right there. Getting past that first tackler.
Brings the ball inside the 20-yard line now for Team Green and White. Seeing a lot of young football players now that could be called veterans of this Cougars squad. We've been calling her name for many years now. And once again, this will be a running play for the Cougars, and Stefina once again with the assignment. And he just runs over a couple of defenders, finally brought down after, I think, the third attempt to tackle him.
Brought down by Millard, but Dodman was in there as well. Dodman kind of tripped him up, but Millard made the final tackle on that play. As now, Mike, the first injury of the group.
Trying to see who's the Cougar who's still down as the training staff surrounding him.
As the shadows grow long here at Chatham-Kent Athletic Complex, Cougars are just looking around saying, okay.
It's the first ever and senior varsity.
Can't see what the injury is.
Varsity team.
He took a big lick, though.
Games coming up.
You got a lot of meat flying around out there, though, right?
There is a lot. He's taking his time getting up. Hopefully it's not anything serious.
Then they'll be going up to Cambridge on October 2nd.
Moving his legs.
Legs are still moving, which is a great sign. Now he's getting up slowly. And nice applause.
Carbo's going to come down here on October 17th.
Looks like 81, Cam Bellamy.
Cambridge will be down on the 24th. And then Essex will be down on
as he gets up and gingerly walks back. Looks like under his own power completely, so that's good to see.
And he's a kid you don't want hurt, too. He'll do anything. He's one of those kids that if you need him to block, he'll block. You need him to catch, he'll catch. And a very versatile player, Cam Bellamy is. And all-around nice kid, too. Really nice kid. Smart.
So hopefully we will
Brilliant.
not. Yeah, absolutely. And hopefully we won't miss his play very much this afternoon. Hopefully he'll come back very soon if he just shakes that one off. Good to see Bellamy walking off to the sidelines on his own.
He might make a phone call tonight. His sister is a physiotherapist, so he might give Shandy a call and say, okay, what's up here? What are we doing here?
He might get a deal out of the thing, too.
Yes, he will. So as they line up on the football, Wrens. Bennett's doing well, Bennett Hart. I'm
absolutely,
impressed.
Yeah. As we get back going again, in the shadows of the end zone for Team Black and Green. And once again, the handoff, they'll keep it on the ground once again. And another good run, but this time good defensive coverage by Team White.
Stefina he's definitely that go-to back, right? He's just that horse. See Matt Hart stepping in. Okay, guys, this is how you make a bigger hole for him, and he's kind of getting him on getting him rolling. That's so important, right? To have that coaching on the field. I can't stress the importance of scrimmages like these when the kids are on the field. Coaches.
It's great it's open to the public here too, that they can kind of take a look and see what the 2021 Cougars are going to be all about. and kind of see the inner workings of what a practice is like.
Not like a Michigan practice where it's all closed, right? So.
Right. Little different atmosphere. Little different atmosphere. As the Cougars on offense, Team Green and Black going at it once again. And this time they will look to go to the air, and this is a completed pass along the right side, and a nice catch, and the yards after the catch. What a great effort by number 84.
Hart dropping back and getting that pass completed out to Trevor Lawton.
As Lawton is there, so
And
Hart able to see downfield pretty well here this afternoon. And he's got a good set of hands there in Lawton who hauls it in.
He was so quick, too. He rolled out of the pocket and had defenders right there. They didn't get a chance to touch him, which would have whistled the play dead. Instead, he zipped that pass out, and Lawton was just boom. And, of course, met by throwing into traffic like that, you're just going to get the first down. You're not going to get much more. He got a couple more yards, though.
Ever closer to that end zone as they look to punch it in for the major score. They go to the air, and they do get in. Once again, hauled in by Lawton. And so now both sides of the football with a major score here this afternoon. And Lawton able to finish off that play.
Almost impossible for Fitch to cover him because Lawton, in that play, Lawton protected the football and had Fitch on the end zone line side of the ball. And so he's blocking Fitch out, got the pass, just turned and was in the end zone one step. So great play by Lawton, great pass by Hart. I think we're going to see Barco back calling the shots here.
Both quarterbacks doing a exemplary job here this afternoon for the Cougars on both sides. Both teams able to get paid dirt here this afternoon.
How about the D? They've been pretty solid.
Some great plays.
I'm going to take a little bit of a water break for some of these D guys. And that's the thing with these guys, the bigger guys, they get a little bit, they get drained pretty quick.
Luckily, hopefully we're past the time of the year where it's super humid up in the 40s Celsius. So at least it's a little more temperate than that right now. But still, when you're out there in the football field in the sunshine like this, you can still get pretty dehydrated quick.
Ren, you know it's going to come back. We're going to get those 2 weeks in October.
Yeah.
That it's going to be like summertime. You're going to think that you're walking on the sun out here.
Hopefully when we're into the regular season by then, around Thanksgiving. We've seen some hot Thanksgivings around here.
Oh, yeah. There's Cam Bellamy on the field. He's still kind of just chilling and out by the ball, ready to jump out and play. Everybody else has gone in for a quick drink, and he just came off the field after that quick injury. So we got a little bit of a break here, so we'll be back right after this with more Cougars.
Everyone hydrated now.
Barco is back at the helm here.
Two good quarterback performances here this afternoon. And both of the squads have hit the end zone once here so far. And Team Green and Black trying to march down the field once again. Mike and Gary back in the broadcast booth here with the Chatham-Kent Cougars. Chatham-Kentcougars.com to find out about the program in this 2021 season. Short pass along the near side and a good little juke by the receiver. Nice pickup there. Yards after the catch for the Cougars. And I think that was Wes Dean once again hauling that one in from the QB.
All right, do you want me to take over with a little play-by-play for you? Give your voice a rest?
Sure, absolutely. Let's go back and forth. We've both done this a little bit, so I think we're both qualified.
I got to be out of here in a little bit, so I'll do a little play-by-play.
Do it.
Give your voice a rest, and then you can close out the broadcast.
Sure, I like that. I like it.
So here we go. Drew Barco. He's under center. And, again, Barco threw on the first play. As the Chatham-Kent Cougars, white and black team. Okay, green and black against the white squad. Barco hands it off. Cutting up the middle. That's number 25 trying to bust through. And 25 is Stefina.
Bryce Bear on the tackle for the defense for the Cougars.
What if he growls when he like a bear?
We got to get the sound guy on that.
Jeff?
Yeah,
Brooksy got it. As, again, you know what? And that handoff was so clean. And Stefina, again, they practiced this for years, right? So, and as you've got Barco, number 2, Drew Barco. Got your wideouts of Bennett. And on the near side, you've got Dean. In motion. Hand off. And cutting up, is that Star, number 10? And he gets just past the 50, number 8 that is, which is Szymanski, I believe. And Szymanski, the man in motion, takes the handoff and gains a few yards.
Xander Cullen's able to be one of many on the stop there. There's a whole bunch of defenders able to finally wrap him up around midfield, just shy of the 50-yard line.
And you know what, Mike? It's nice when they swarm like that. That's give your boy some help, right? Give a brother a hand.
They all came together there for the stop there. So, again, the Cougars really doing a great job, as you mentioned a couple of times, on defense. So as much as we give the offense a lot of kudos, we want to give just as many to the defensive side for the Cougars so far here tonight.
Here Barco airs it out. He fires it up deep, just a little bit underthrown. And I think that Star could not come up with the ball. Or is that Szymanski? We'll see who it is when he turns around. Catches that white number on the back.
Barco's pass intended for Star.
That was Evan Star. And just a little bit underthrown.
And Barr, who you got to give Barr a lot of credit because he looked like he was going to be flat out beat for that one. And he turned on the Jets the last 10 to 15 yards, and he was able to break up that play. So Barr deserves a lot of credit as he turned up the Jets right when he needed at the end of the play there along that right side.
To close that gap is tough. So Barco calls out the play. Back to throw again. Fires it out to the flats to Star. Star just gains probably about another 4 or 5 yards and taken down.
Trying to see who got the main tackle there for the
50.
Cougars. Yeah, I think number 50 got the main tackle for the Cougars of Peyton Denemy. Right there in the stop as the football will rest right at midfield there.
Looked like Isaiah Fitch was in on that.
Just barely on the team white side of the football field as the sun slowly sets above us here at the Chatham-Kent Community Athletic Complex. And we've seen a very good scrimmage for both sides so far here tonight.
You know, and this is just, I just love this. I love football in general, but this, you know, watching this kid, this is raw. This is the raw football. You're seeing him be corrected. You're seeing him learn right here, and this is awesome. Great coaching. Again, Barco, they've got him on a lot of throws here, and he's firing it deep again. Szymanski deep, and almost picked off on the other side. The other 8.
Give Barco a lot of credit, though. It looked like he was going to be just sacked by about 7 defenders before he threw that football away, but somehow he was able to not only get it out of his hands, but throw it downfield and give his receiver a good chance to get a huge passing play there. So Barco somehow was able to get that down the field.
Commentators are giving you some information on all our kids out there. So keep an eye out for it, and you can watch it. It'll also be on the YouTube channel once it's all done.
As they're set, Barco hands it off again, and getting hauled down again was Duplessis, as he didn't gain much. He was taken for a loss there.
Looked like Brady DeVoe was right in there with the main tackle, so DeVoe
making that stop.
And a couple of other defenders right there. They were able to snuff that play out right when it began.
See, that's the important thing right here, still the defense, the penetration they're getting too, right? The O-line was really pushing hard first. Now the defense is starting to really take over and get that penetration and push it back a couple yards before they make the tackle. Hence the throwing plays are so important.
Mm-hmm.
You got Barco under center. Takes the snap, has a look, gets it off, and nice play, completion. And that's going to be a first down, and making the play on that one was number 11 for the offense, and that's Van Morsel. Gabe Van Morsel.
Nice rocket there from Barco, just putting it right into Van Morsel's chest, and really clean pass play along that far side. So looks like they're starting to hit a stride here midway through this practice tonight.
Best throw of the day, I think, for him.
That was really just, I wouldn't call it a laser. It wasn't overthrown by any stretch, but it was crisp right into the numbers.
He had some zip.
It had a little zip. The tangy zip of Miracle Whip.
Now you're giving away your own age with those commercials.
Yeah, I know. Well, we're both old. Nice job by the defense there to stop him right away.
A little bit of a botch there, and Duplessis was just cornered. There was no other way to put it. He was cornered.
Just gave up. Gave up. He was horribly outnumbered, so
come out with
down
your
he
hands
goes.
up.
Just make sure you're not injured and get back in the huddle.
He's right now chirping at his O-line, saying, "Come on, boys, make me a hole. Give me through there." Like, there's some big boys on O-line. They got to do some pushing. Now, the last junior varsity team O-line was the very same. They got chirped at a little bit by the coach, and then they started picking it up. So.
Nice throw by Barco, just a little bit overthrown.
Meant for Szymanski.
Barco had some eyes, though, down the field along that far side, along the right-hand side, and it was just overthrown by about 5 yards, as Szymanski's a very good receiver, just wasn't able to catch up to that one.
I was giving the O-line a little bit of grief there, Mike, but that time they sure kept the edge away from Barco, and Barco had lots of time to throw that ball. Zero in, he overthrew it a little bit, and Szymanski just couldn't get downfield quick enough.
These are the reps that the offense is gonna like, if it's successful or otherwise, as we head towards the regular season. Some things to work on, some things to try.
Watch a little film. So you got Barco set. In the backfield, you've got Benoit out of the eye. Barco back and a throw again. Oh my goodness, he got rushed very quickly, but Barco hangs on to the football and finally whistled down. But coming out of there so quick was Amijweg Shagnosh Diaz. He was right there. All of a sudden he looked up, saw big 45. He's like, yikes, I got to get out of here.
Give Barco a lot of credit, as he was in trouble right off the hop there, but somehow able to spin out of the way and find a hole in the middle of the field before it was whistled down.
A little scamper there for close to a first down. As the shadows grow long here, live at Chatham-Kent Athletic Complex.
Beautiful night for football. Beautiful night to work on some things for the Cougars for the upcoming season.
It's just starting to cool down a little bit too now, so that's kind of nice. Barco set back. He looked to hand it off, but his back was already gone, so as making the play on that was Cam Bellamy on the defense. Stepped up and check that. Xander Collins made the play on defense there.
Once again, the agility and speed of Barco treating him very, very well, and will over the course of his football career, because, again, he's able just to see those holes very quickly. When you think he's in a lot of danger and the defense is going to swallow him up, he's able to find something to prevent negative yards.
He needed to. He looked up. His running back was gone. He's like, this was supposed to be a handoff, boys. Let's go. And then he had to scamper. He had to scurry.
Football IQ and just the vision on the field seems to be really, really good for Barco.
It's got to be tough when you have to scramble out of a play like that when wires are crossed. So Barco set under center, actually on the shotgun. Again, hands it off this time and trying to bust loose. But again, that defense is smothering as Barco handed it off to Benoit. And Benoit maybe gained a yard. Maybe.
If that might be a little bit generous.
I'm a generous guy.
You tend to be. You tend to be. So Benoit did whatever. I mean, he's a great running back, great vision, and some good wheels too. But just as you mentioned, that defense is looking to be pretty primed and ready to go, and very talented for the upcoming season. So it's great to see both sides of the football. Again, we're still very early, and there's always going to be something to work on.
You see these big boys on the D-line gasping for air. But look at this. Again, Barco forced to run for his life, gets the pass off, and as he fired the pass and trying to make the play on that was Lawton. But right after him again was Shagnos Diaz, and he's just he's a force.
He's a fantastic defender, and really he was just busting right off the line, right off the snap, and he's able to get past anybody or everybody, and just short of the quarterback. But the speed from Shagnos Diaz.
So
he's going to be one to watch this year, too.
So we're going to have to say it again. Amigwid Shagnosh Diaz. Amigwid Shagnosh Diaz. We got to get that name down because we're going to call it a lot this year.
He is going to be a staple on defense for the Cougars this year. So, again, yeah, he was primed for the sack right there, when you can sack the quarterback.
Oh, yes.
Which we'll be able to do later on this year.
And he'll get a few of them, I think. He's so fast. He finds a hole. So Barco out of the shotgun. Now they switch up, hands off, and busting loose and still trying to fight and gaining a couple yards on that one was number 25 for the Cougars.
Stefina on the run once again.
Logan Stefina. Thanks for the help out there.
Hey, we look after each other.
I was looking for his number there, and I couldn't find it.
Play-by-play teams, we need the numerical order.
Yes, it helps.
And sometimes it doesn't happen, and that's fine. But then we have to do some fancy math.
That's the reason we're not in a lab, because we're not good at math.
We missed Rhodes Scholarship.
Yes, we
somewhere
did.
down the line. But we pick each other up.
Yes, and that's what we do. Setting up Barco once again. You got Stefina line up in the eye, back, and he's got white jerseys all over him. And once again, Shagnash Diaz right there and just taps him on the shoulder. Hello, my friend.
Swarming defense all night long here for the Cougars.
As now, that could be the 10 plays. No, they're going to play another one, I guess. Renz, I'm telling you, we must be doing a sweet job up here, because the bees are all over the place. They love it. They're the only ones who think so, but that's good.
Last month or so, there's been a lot of bees for sure.
So we're going to call it a second down on the 36-yard line.
Looks like they'll keep the teams on the football field. This particular drive seems like it's been going on for quite some time, but
giving Barco a couple extra reps here. They saw Bennett was, Hart was amazing. So now Barco, he's got some great passing. He's got some great arm strength. Just got to tune it in a little bit, right? Great athlete as well, Drew Barco.
Under center once again. He looks down the field along that far side, and what a great try at the grab along that far side for the Cougars. And you see the athleticism there of Tyler Shumansky. And whether it's a game or it's a practice or what have you, he'll lay it all out like that. It doesn't matter what situation you put him in. He's going to try and grab that football and give it everything he's got.
And you know what? Came up just a little bit short on that one, Renz. So we're going to go with our next set of 10. And probably this will be the final set of 10 for this little matchup here. Oh, you know what? There's a little fact that Barco hasn't played for 3 seasons. And look at that arm strength of that kid. Oh, my gosh. What an athlete.
He must have been practicing this entire time, because he's got the accuracy and the strength. So he must have been playing somehow.
You can't just practice in the garage when you're throwing like 40 or 50 yards, right? Unless you got a big garage, and that's a different story.
Doing an amazing job so far here tonight. So whatever he's been doing to keep his football IQ going, it certainly worked. So it's good to see him back in the football field after all that time. I was surprising when we heard that.
Eating his Wheaties. That's what he's doing.
But it's also felt like it's been 3 years since any of us have done anything.
Good point.
Right?
Good point. The Barco set. And again, one to the eye. Duplessis there, but he ends it off. And Starr knocks away a couple of tackles, and he cuts to the near side, and he's on the left side. No, check that's not Starr. That's number 19, Benoit. Did you see him knock off those tackles?
Absolutely, yeah.
Knocking them away and gained about 40 yards. They're 30 yards.
Going to be another important year for Benoit, because we've been seeing the last couple of seasons. He has been an important cog of the offense, but he's got that extra year of maturity, and he's going to be one to watch this year, because it looked like he just zipped past about 4 or 5 defenders who were all primed to tackle him, but he blew right past him. So he's a knowledgeable and speedy guy in the offense for the Cougars.
And he got some great blocking too, great help. So that's kind of nice to have.
Right at the midfield of the 55 here.
They've got them set. It's kind of cool playing against each other too, right? They know the plays, and they just got to recognize the calls. Out to the flats, and Shumansky just couldn't haul it in.
And in this format too, they're not out there looking for blood, right? They're there to finish their plays. and doing their job, making sure they do what they have to do. But they're ultimately looking out for their teammates to make sure everyone's healthy for this year.
Yes, they are. Well, as the sun wanes down, that means I'm waning down too. I've got to head to an appointment, so I'm going to leave this for you, Michael, for the rest of the night.
Good to talk to you, buddy. Good to
to see
do
you
this.
too.
It's been a long, long time. So
hopefully we'll get a couple games together this year.
We've still got it.
Awesome. You can't mess with chemistry. We always have had it, always will.
We got to get our agents to prop up our contracts, I guess.
I'm good for that.
Our people have to step it up. All right, good to talk to you, Skid.
You too, pal. Take care.
Offense continues to go to work for Team Black and Green, and now they air it out along that far side, and maybe a little bit of miscommunication down that far side. And looking, Evan Starr was the intended receiver, and I don't know if Evan kept running a route that wasn't expected, but...
And he is going to be a star on this team. I had to say one more thing.
That was just a fantastic end run. That's a mic drop moment there from Patterson. As he heads out of the broadcast booth as the Cougars continue to play out the rest of this afternoon here. Once again out of the shotgun, and this time they're going to keep it on the ground as they hand it off. And now a big run along that far side, trying to find an open seam. And a pickup of about maybe 3 yards, maybe 4. But some good speed as Duplessis was able to grab it and kind of run east-west for a long time before he saw that seam and make it still some positive yards out of that play. As Duplessis picks up about 4. So good job by the running back for the Cougars. After they keep it on the ground, now it looks like they're going to go to the air, but now a world of trouble for the QB, and that's going to be a no-go for Barco, as there was no way he was going to get a playoff there. Too many white jerseys in front of him, so that will be a sack there for the white squad for the Cougars. And again, the defense has just been incredible all throughout this scrimmage night for the Cougars, as Barco really didn't have a chance at anything right there.
And pretty much the first game we played in the last couple of years.
For the last month or so, it's been a long layoff for a lot of these kids in terms of being on a football field, so that alone has got to give them some jump and some adrenaline. You're seeing that on both sides of the football here tonight, and now some miscommunication off the snap. And the defense able to make it a no contest there and snuffing out that offensive play for the Cougars. So, again, the defense right there, right up quickly for Chatham-Kent, as we look to see some big things from both sides of the football in a couple of different classes this season coming up for 2021, both the senior varsity and the junior varsity squad that we saw earlier on this afternoon on this football field. So a bright future ahead for this program on all levels for the Cougars as we get ready for some fall football. Another running play. This has some success to it here up to the 50-yard line. Nice run up the middle. And Stefina again with that assignment once again. So Stefina's had a good afternoon.
Like he got about 12 yards on that run.
With some good eyes along the afternoon, finding some seams along the line. So another good run there by Stefina for the Cougars. Not sure if that's foreshadowing or not, but the final countdown playing over the loudspeakers here at the athletic complex as the sun continues to set. And another good run along that far side. A little end-around play there for the Cougars. And that was Szymanski, actually, who was able to get that successful run along that far side for the Cougars. So Szymanski with an impressive night catching the football and running the football in a couple of plays, too. He'll be an important player for this upcoming season, Tyler Szymanski. Barco once again waiting the football in the shotgun formation. A quick snap, and he gets away the football quickly as well, but he overthrows his intended receiver along the right-hand side. And I think Starr was the intended receiver along that right-hand side, but it was a fair bit over top of Starr's head, so incomplete. Back on offense for the Cougars, and that one was just simply flat out dropped by the Cougars. And Logan Stefina, you won't see that too often from that young man.
Just couldn't hold on to that.
Just a quick lapse in concentration, perhaps, but yeah, you won't see that from Stefina happen very often at all. Quick little dump pass, and he just couldn't hang on. Back in on offense, and that one is a completed pass. Szymanski along that far side as he now gets around a few defenders all the way in, and he'll get in for the major score, a touchdown, as Szymanski was able to have some fancy footwork there and get around all the defenders as Barco's pass hauled into Szymanski, and he gets in there for pay dirt for Team Green on the Cougars as the sun slowly setting on the scrimmage here tonight. Pretty straightforward pass to Szymanski, and then he did the rest. And everyone heading towards the sidelines here as the sun gets ready to set on this Sunday afternoon / evening.
Practice will get these guys ready and look forward to an awesome game next weekend.
Off that Szymanski major score, we're back at it once again here at the Athletic Complex. A pass play along the near side, and good coverage by the Cougars. Brady DeVoe on defense. He knocks that football away from the intended receiver, number 23, as Wes Dean was the intended receiver.
That pass was intended for Wes Dean, number 23.
Good coverage by DeVoe.
Brady DeVoe was right on top of him.
They tried once again from the 35-yard line. Pass along that far side. It is a reception and some good speed and a big hit at the 40-yard line along that far side. I believe that was Starr on the reception for the Cougars. Fitch with the tackle on Starr. Starr, a very quick receiver, great athlete. And Fitch is right there to bring him down as the football now at the 44-yard line. And the handoff right away, nowhere for the running back to go.
Handoff to Duplessis.
Duplessis with the assignment on the ground, but not much he could do with a whole bunch of white jerseys right in his grill there. So not much of a gain at all. Maybe they backed it up a yard. And Shagnash Diaz once again the star defender. Football at the 45-yard line. Keep it on the ground once again along the near side, trying to find a seam, and now at the 50-yard line, brought down after Brandon Benoit with the assignment on the ground there. Benoit getting a few yards, about 5 yards on the ground for the running back for the Cougars.
Benoit with the run. Looked like Godman and Hart stopped him there. Couldn't find 85 because it's Hart, so we switched over to one. He's D-back, he's way back, so.
QB dropping back to pass, and he's got his man along that far side, but not a whole lot of yards after the catch. As Barco to Benoit works once again for the Cougars. And the defense able to wrap up Benoit pretty quick after the catch was made.
52-yard line.
Another pass play along the near side, and that one is caught by Shumansky. And he's able to bring it past the 50-yard line to about the 48. So pass along the side, Shumansky able to bring it in. And some good positive yards on that play. One of the top receivers on this squad, Shumansky. Looks to have another very good season coming up here for the Cougars, getting ready for Essex next weekend. As we get ever closer to a season here, which a lot of us are very excited about here. Get ready for the 2021 campaign for the Cougars. In the senior varsity inter-squad match here this afternoon. One of the final tune-ups before the season begins. Barco once again hands it off, and once running back hits the 50-yard line, nowhere to go. And I think it was Drake Duplessis on the assignment once again. So Duplessis got to the line of scrimmage with a fair bit of steam, but he was met by a whole bunch of defenders, and there was nowhere for Duplessis to go there. Another great job by the defense for the Cougars. Football at the 49-yard line now. Another handoff for the Cougars on the ground. This time a lot more yardage, and tripped up, or he might have been going all the way down the field. Another great job by the Chatham-Kent Cougars. And Brandon Benoit once again on that assignment. Pardon me, Logan Stefina. That was Stefina on the carry.
Actually, Stefina was on the run.
And it wasn't for that last defender. I think Stefina might have been all the way down the field. So he's had a good afternoon. Logan Stefina, number 25 for the Cougars. They will look to go to the air this time around, and a wide-open receiver. He's got him, and a major score for the Cougars. A nice pass, and right into the numbers. Brandon Benoit able to complete that one and head into the end zone for the touchdown. Barco to Benoit. I'm sure he will be hearing that pass play a number of times this season coming up. And those two will be relied upon a lot in this upcoming 2021 season. Barco to Benoit. Nice pass play to the end zone there. Offense going at it once again. This time they're keeping on the ground, and Shumansky getting the running assignment here, and he's getting a lot of positive yards along that far sideline up to the 50-yard line. So a little end around there for Shumansky, able to find a seam along that far sideline, along the right side of the field. And a good run for the Cougars. And Shumansky up to the 50-yard line.
Handoff to Shumansky, tripped up. Not sure who tripped him up out there, but we're hoping he's okay.
And now the injured Cougar along that far sideline, number 14, Jordan Sheehan. But he pops up, and he's heading back to the sideline under his own power completely, so hopefully Sheehan's okay.
Tripped him up. He's up on his feet, so.
Nice hand for Sheehan. $50-yard line for the Cougars. And another handoff. Maybe not the cleanest of handoffs, but it still works as they're able to get that football past midfield. And again, Logan Stefina, who's had a fair bit of work here this afternoon, gets the successful carry. Chagnaj Diaz on the stop for the Cougars on defense. Barco once again looking to throw along that far sideline, and it looks like the closest intended receiver, Brandon Benoit. And Benoit not quite ready for that one, as it falls incomplete along that far sideline for the Cougars. So they continue to work on some things before the season begins, getting ready for Essex. Very talented squad down in Essex next weekend. So another tune-up for the upcoming season for the Cougars. The senior varsity squad here, and then the junior varsity had a similar scrimmage earlier on this afternoon on this very field, as we're excited to finally get back into more football after it's been a long year and a half. But for the 2021 season, hopefully things are able to go on unscathed as they're getting ready for fall football.
First game of the season next weekend in Essex. We will be carpooling up there as we're not doing any buses this season. Get as many people out as you can. The more you get out, the louder we can cheer these guys on as they face Essex in their first game of the season.
Find out more about the upcoming 2021 season. Keep abreast of the situation and all the details on how things are going at Chatham-Kent-Cougars.com. As the football remains right at midfield. The coaching staff still talks some strategy over with the boys. Midfield. Continuing to work on some things for the upcoming season, and it looks like now we're moving into some special teams drills and punting. Logan Stefina looking to get some snaps here, maybe some kicks away. Getting his reps in. And we'll see when he is able to launch one here. Working on a whole bunch of different facets of the game, getting ready for the regular season here. Essex, their first opponent for the Cougars with the senior varsity squad next weekend. And that's certainly a tough opponent to start off the 2021 campaign. Stefina gets ready for the kick. For special teams look that we've seen on this scrimmage here this afternoon. And going down there too is Westine, number 23, as he will join Shumansky. Pardon me, the other 23, Corin Stewart down. Corin Stewart along with Shumansky down to our left. And finally we get the whistle to get a kick away here. And Stefina with the kicking assignment. High snap. We'll try that again as Stefina with a high snap there. No kick that time, so we'll do it once again as we work on the kicking game before the regular season here with the Cougars. Stefina with the assignment. Two of his teammates downfield to grab it and run it back. Stefina, and a good kick along that far side. Picked up by Szymanski, and he will run it back to the 35-yard line. Good kick, though, down the field by Stefina, and Szymanski getting a few yards back on the kick as we work on some special teams here this evening. Another kick here for Stefina, and he gets another good kick away. Lots of air under it, and it bounces once, picked up by Szymanski. Looking to find some room along the right side of the field. Dances around a couple of defenders, finally wrapped up.
What a good kick.
And some good coverage downfield by the other squad, Owen Barr. That was Owen Barr who was able to stop him on the return. So a couple of good kicks away by Stefina. More of a line drive kick that time by Stefina. Nice little grab by the Cougars on the reception, and now trying to find some room along that far side was Stewart. Got some good punts getting away there by Stefina. He's getting some good special teams practice here tonight. And after the special teams practice, looks like that's going to wrap it up here tonight from the Chatham-Kent Community Athletic Complex. Some final tune-ups for the regular season, just days away for the 2021 Cougars. That is music to our ears, finally getting some football back going for the Cougars. They will moving down to Essex next weekend to start the campaign, and some good reps and practice overall this afternoon, this evening for the Cougars, both the junior varsity and senior varsity. Keep it on to chatham-kentcougars.com for all the details on the team and through this YouTube channel as well. On behalf of Gary Patterson joining us earlier on this afternoon, my name is Mike Renier. Thank you for tuning in with Chatham-Kent Cougars football.